Joe Shimoda and the Lawrence brothers of Jet and Hunter have separated themselves from the pack in 250 motocross. In the first moto earlier today, Hunter had his problems crashing early, and Shimoda pushed Jet Lawrence to the end, but Jet was able to come out on top. So who will take the momentum into the second half? 2022, final moto of the day from Southwick is next. We are back. It's round 6, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, the MB Tractor and Equipment Southwick National, all sanctioned by MRPRO Racing. Jason Wygant joined by the GOAT, Ricky Carmichael, and Will Christian is patrolling from the racetrack as we await the final moto of the day, which is 250, moto number 2. Jet Lawrence got the edge on everybody earlier, and let's see if he can replicate that here in the second moto. Let's give you the highlights and show you how Jet got that done. Two different stories for two different. Already, as of this moment, back into the points lead in the class. We'll be back from the Wick after this.
The 50th anniversary season of Pro Motocross is brought to you by Lucas Oil. Keep that engine alive. General Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. And by Honda, celebrating 50 years of off-road dominance.
Here's a GoPro course preview. Michael Bozeman on the Shortly Designs Red Bull Gas 250. Just want to listen to this.
Love it. Isn't that an awesome view? Look how crystal clear it is.
Yeah, that's good stuff. The GoPro course preview from Southwick. We'll give you another look with the MX versus ATV Legends track map.
Through 100% goggles, the number 59 of Leon.
There it is. The Wick. Motocross 338. Toughest track on the circuit. Hands down, asking a lot out of you. Look at that. Look at those rollers going into that corner. Extremely tough. The bike is G'd out like you're on a roller coaster, just all that force into these big sweeping sandy berms. Riders just getting blasted by sand, covered by sand, swallowing sand.
Oh,
just tough.
Rollers coming out of that corner. Significant for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So this track is at its roughest right now. Final moto of the day. Okay, we're going to try to sort out that. You saw that fight between...
Okay, that might have initiated the situation. I mean, Hunter Lawrence is lucky that it wasn't as bad as what it could have been. And there you go. See, he was getting fed up with him because he probably couldn't get by him, rightfully so. But Styles wasn't doing anything wrong. Now, this probably had something to do with there. Yeah.
All right, let's find out what happened to Styles Robertson and Hunter Lawrence. Send it down to Will.
Thank you, guys. And yes, we just saw the incident there, what happened, and obviously the altercation that came after that. Hunter Lawrence is okay, except for one thing. He has apparently chipped his tooth in half. So clearly not completely unscathed in that, guys. But you know, Hunter Lawrence is probably only going to fire him up here. So let's see what he can get done here in the second moto of the day.
Yeah, definitely fired up, no doubt about it. But how much energy did he expend with that deep effort to come through the pack after the crash? And then we're going to give you the KTM keys to the moto. You say physical preservation. They were not worried about that when they were arguing with each other.
No,
heart rates were elevated.
They were not. And bike preservation. And I tell you what, the physical part of this second moto, the track is as rough as it's going to be, is going to be key. There's no doubt about it, because they're not going to be able to ride the bikes, I don't think, quite as fast this time because it's going to be so rough. So it'll give the bikes a little bit of reprieve. But nevertheless, man, don't go into the deep zone physical-wise, because if you do, it's very hard to recover from that, and do the best that you can to make it to the finish line.
And as Jet Lawrence, after a dominant performance in Moto 1, said, it could just as easily flip here in Moto 2. Certainly that could be the case, but it's really just the bad start that caused all the things to unravel for Hunter Lawrence. So you're only one good or bad start away from a complete momentum shift in this series. There is Jet. Wisely, looks like he's going to line up next to the starter's box. That at least reduces some of the risk. No one's going to be able to come over on him coming out of the gate on his right side. But he's got Shimoda lined up just next to him. And Shimoda's making a run in that first Moto, RC, trying to get him. He's got speed today.
He's had a lot of speed the last couple weeks. It's going to be fun to watch. Can't give up that track position early, though, Jason.
No, he said, because Joe's always pretty raw with it, I was slow early on. That was a problem. Once he got going, he made passes in a hurry, but it took a little while to get there. And we hear Hunter Lawrence. Yeah, he's on the opposite side of that starter's box with Justin Cooper next to him. And watch that 29 of Michael Mosman came from about 18th to 5th in that first Moto. He was on the gas. Didn't see much of him because he started so far back. So there are spoilers amongst us. The Lawrence brothers still tussling for the series points lead. Fly Racing 32nd card is up. Final race of the day. The roughest Southwick is going to get this year. Who will tame it best? There it is, card sideways. Revs come up. We're underway. Chet Lawrence knifes to the inside. It's him and Justin Cooper going for it. See a couple of those Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing bikes up there. It's also Levi Kitchen. That's the other Yamaha, but Chet able to get the lead. Hunter Lawrence to the stripe in 10th.
These guys coming around that after that first corner, up that straightaway so fast.
Kitchen able to just squeeze inside. I thought Cooper had him edged off, but Kitchen able to get to second.
Yeah, it was like a game of chicken between the two teammates, but Levi Kitchen, he had the advantage on the inside.
Kitchen has never been to this track before in his first full pro season, and Robertson has got himself another good start. So he is 4th on that Rockstar Husqvarna. With that neon green, the Fly Racing gear there, that's the easy way to pick him out. He has really been rallying. He did have the dust up after the Moto with Hunter, but the other story is how improved he was on the podium last week, and another good run in Moto 1. Can he follow it up here in Moto 2? LeBlanc is 5th. There's Kitchen. Well, this is not what anyone wanted to see. Chet Lawrence getting that lead early on. Drone's going to even the battle for 5th. LeBlanc, Swoll, and Shimoda. That's the green Kawasaki that you see there. That's Shimoda in 7th. And Hunter Lawrence making quick passes. He just got around. Is that Swoll who might have already been shuffled back?
It might have been.
You got around one of the Husqvarnas, and I think that's Swoll there that's behind him right now. Now Hunter's going after the 411 of Nick Romano. Oh, frustrating day to say the least for Hunter Lawrence. He's having to come through the pack again.
It's like musical chairs early on in these laps. You got a guy coming from behind trying to make up some time.
Hunter's on the outside here, going to make a big run at it where the track's a little bit smoother. Not able to get close enough.
Not close enough there. Trying to make that outside work like Chase Sexton in the 450 class. Man, he put on some great moves there around the outside, able to keep his speed and momentum up.
Green flag waving, first lap is complete, and it is all Chet Lawrence right now. Levi Kitchen going to give him a run. He's pulled away a bit from Justin Cooper. There's Robertson in 4th. And then behind him, you've got that LeBlanc-Shimoda battle we were just watching. Then it's Romano and Hunter Lawrence. So they told Joe slow early in that first Moto. Let's see if he can get on his horse a little earlier here. Kitchen making a charge for the lead.
A lot of racing left right here.
Yeah.
Never been to Southwick.
He must have learned a lot in Moto 1.
Never been to Southwick. Yeah, you learned that first Moto, but man, a lot of racing left. He's feeling spunky here this second Moto. Levi Kitchen is. Certainly fun to watch. Let's see if he's able to go the distance.
He does have a Moto win from earlier in the year. That was a surprise. He had been struggling with starts. He pulls a whole shot in Colorado. Made it look easy from there. Won the Moto. He's been trying to replicate it, but the starts have not been good since. Finally, he's back up front early, and he's making the most of it. Kitchen out of Washougal, Washington, so in 2 weeks we'll be at his home track. And he's a real cool character off the track. Fun guy to talk to. And trying to soak up as much as he can as he learns these facilities and really learns the schedule and the art of pro racing. Look at this. He wants to make the move.
Well, and you wonder, he's clearly got the bike control. He's an unbelievable rider, but you just got to think, why can't he do this every single moto?
Yeah.
I know his starts are a little inconsistent, so if he can fix that, he'll be a force to be reckoned with.
I mean, he has run Jet down and was almost held up in that one section. See Jet try to respond to this challenge, and they've put 4 seconds into third place Justin Cooper, as you watch with our Beta Motorcycles drone cam. Let's see if Kitchen's got a line here.
I would say Kitchens is one of the only guys in this 250 class to have straight up had the speed to run with Jet. Those are some things that I kind of look for. You know, I mean, he's definitely putting Jet to the test here.
Yeah, look again, almost held up entering these corners. Does he have an alternate line picked out? Yeah, he's going to try the right side here, side by side. Jet lines came together, able to hold him off.
Yeah, and if you wonder, you know, if he can fix the problems, you know, his Achilles heels, what can he actually do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he just manual hopped his way over those bumps. He's a really tall guy, and he's using that leverage.
Oh yeah, I say follow Jet right here is what I do. You know, I'm like, hey, let the race come to you, follow him, see what he's doing different, learn. And then, as we get a little deeper into this race, don't exert all your energy here early. And if you're there within 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go, then attack.
How will Levi Kitchen play it? In this exchange back there, Jet able to stretch it back out. No movement behind them. Hunter Lawrence still in 8th. It's the same exact thing that happened to Hunter in Moto 1, able to make moves on lap 1 while they were all close together. But then he starts getting stuck. That's just what happens when you get buried off the line.
When the pressure starts getting on, they don't get on.
This is strange the way Jet Lawrence has played it today.
Yeah.
Same thing when Shimoda was making a run at him in Moto 1, and then all of a sudden the gap's big again.
Yeah, it's like he only attacks when he has to, right?
Yeah, like, oh, he's there? Okay, I gotta go. Fly Racing Battle Box, that is Hunter Lawrence there, still trying to get around Romano for 7th.
Maybe Levi got tired of getting sprayed with so much sand.
That's true.
He was getting absolutely covered.
That's true. Might just want to be out of the roost zone for a little while.
Yeah, like check up. You know, we got a lot of, like I said, there's so many more laps and so much time left. Like, back off just a little bit. And if you can stay with them, just wait.
Yeah, last week Eli Tomac ran that strategy, Moto 2 and Redbud behind Ken Roxon. He said, I just stayed just out of the roost until I felt comfortable enough to make an attack. So we'll see if that's part of the strategy here for Kitchen, or if Jet Lawrence just ramped it back up. Last time around, Jet put in his best lap, a 2:18.3. The Kitchen's best was a 2:18.2, but that was a lap ago. This time around, he ran a 2:19, and that's why the gap is over a second now. Still got to be encouraged by what they see. That's just raw speed.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. You take little bits and pieces. You know he's got the speed, and he needs, you know, improve. Like I said, improve in his weak spots. Speed is sometimes the hardest thing to find.
Yeah, he has it right now. They have marched away from Cooper and the rest of the field. Robertson is 4th. Shimoda 5th. Got around LeBlanc. Back to 6th. Then Romano, Lawrence, Swole, Hampshire is 10th. Look at this gap they have over 3rd place Cooper. Is that Robertson or Shimoda putting an attack on Robertson? Yeah. And a little mistake on the entry to that corner. Yeah. Well, they're all having trouble through there.
Yeah, that entry of that corner, it's not a very good entry. It's extremely sharp. The apex is sharp. And there's a braking bump going into it. So you're trying to turn and your bike is compressing and unloading at the same time. Cooper looking over his shoulder. I can tell you one thing, you need to race in front of you. Don't race behind you, especially this early on. Don't worry about who it is.
Cooper looking for 2nd overall today, which would be a big boost for him. In the 8th and the 9th in the 2 motos last week at Redbud. Look at Styles Robertson, the improvement, 6'11", and then last week on the podium at Redbud, He'd be 5th overall right now. But he wants more. He's got Cooper in his sights, and he's bringing Joe Shimoda with him. Robertson in the last year of his deal with Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. A lot of rumors about where he might end up for 2023. This is only his second full year as a pro. Sent back down to Will with more on Cooper.
Justin Cooper probably going to want to hang on to this 3rd position right now. Like you said, Jason, that puts him 2nd in the overall there. He has friends and family here in town. Although he's from upstate, this is actually his national race here. So he has come a lot to this race when he was a kid. He did well here last year, and in fact the time before when we rode here too in 2019. So his dad is here, his brother is here. The team said he has a lot of friends here. So a little extra motivation there, guys, for Justin Cooper to try and get back on the podium here this weekend.
Yeah, originally from Long Island, even though we do have a track in the state of New York at Unadilla, this is a little bit closer geographically to where Cooper grew up. Look at this! Kitchen's making another run at Jet Lawrence for the lead. Maybe taking your advice here.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, definitely. He certainly backed off, and I mean, he was absolutely getting destroyed by Jet's Roost. Like I said, man, this is a great time to learn from someone who is so special, Jet Lawrence, and how he rides and the success he's had in such a short amount of time. This is an incredible opportunity for a guy like Levi Kitchen.
Yeah, it's really odd how these riders develop. Even though Kitchen is a rookie, he's actually almost 3 years older than Jet Lawrence. He was a real late bloomer on the amateur side. Really came to life about 3 years ago in the B class, then won A class championships. And what the AMA hands out the Nikki Hayden Horizon Award for the top amateur last year. So he was really not on the radar to be at this level until about 3 years ago.
Talking to some of the guys at that Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing team, and they were talking about how Levi, you know, he doesn't change his bike suspension much, and is able to kind of adapt to how the bike is working rather than trying to get the bike to work for him.
They must love him then. Make life a lot easier on the team.
That's like any suspension technician's dream, right?
Exactly.
Here you go, rider. Ride it the way I set it up.
No problem, he says. So we'll keep watching these battles here. Robertson, Shimoda, it's the ETS Trone Cam here. And then Lawrence would be next, but he is 12 seconds off of this. He finally got around Romano, and I believe LeBlanc, who was in the top 10, went down. So a couple of positions made up for Hunter, but he needs track position as far as time. 12 seconds behind these two. He's a rider who came into this race leading the points. Shimoda getting going here on Robertson. He's right to the rear wheel now.
It's certainly no lack of effort for Joe Shimoda. Going back to last week's performance, this week's performance, not making life easy on himself, getting those bad starts and having to come from behind.
Yeah, that has been the one knock on Joe. He has gotten good starts on occasion, but we've seen more bad than good. He even said last week, he said, in second moto, I got a bad start, as usual. And then he got caught up with some other riders, started about 10th, and that's what led to a huge come-from-behind charge. And this isn't as bad, but he still is having to work for it in this moto. Oh, just got blasted with some more sand. No room to make a pass in this corner. He's got a line in the inside. Going to be the outside by the time they get to the end of this section. Doesn't matter.
Oh, perfect. He set Styles up and he turned in and went down the right side of that straightaway. There's less bumps there. He's able to carry more speed. Nice pass. Set him up perfectly.
That has to be so challenging there to look around while you're riding and find those lines.
Well, and you have an idea, you know, based on the guy that you're racing that's in front of you. You can see where they're struggling, and you know where you can make passes.
Oh, this is LeBlanc, unfortunately taking a ride back with the Alpine Stars medic, so that's sad to see. He had a pretty good run going earlier. I hope he's all right. When you crash late in the day like this, you're hurting already.
Well, I hate to see any of these younger guys going down, because sometimes all it takes is 1 or 2 good finishes to really make it over that hump as a rookie. And that's just a setback for LeBlanc. So let's hope that he's okay.
Hunter Lawrence has taken it from 12 seconds of a deficit to Shimoda and Robertson to 10. So we could be looking at a Robertson versus Hunter Lawrence battle again in this moto. There's the event points as they run. That would be today's overall podium. It would be Jet Lawrence with the win. Cooper would be second overall. A tie Shimoda on points for the day, but the tiebreaker is the better second moto finish. But Shimoda was able to run Cooper down in Moto 1, and he is starting to close right now.
There you go. The gap between second and third. You can see right there.
It's actually
third and fourth. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yep. Third
it's two
and fourth.
Yamahas sandwiched there in second and third. So Shimoda, he's getting it back together again, just like Moto 1.
Man, it's incredible how much time they lose to the leaders when you get jammed up early on, and then you have to work that much harder to close that gap, almost 10 seconds.
Yeah, Joe's going to have to dig in the second half of this moto. 15 minutes down, 15 minutes remain. You can save 15% or more on your insurance with a quick phone call to Geico.
Well, I'm down with the 15% savings. How about you?
Yeah, insurance and anything else.
That's right.
Yeah, there's not a single category I would mind
15%
on. I'm down.
There you go.
I'll tell you what Shimoda would like to do. Like 50% off this gap that he's given himself. You like that one?
You're exact. Oh, I
Both
do.
motos today, man.
Or be like 15% better on average starts.
Yes.
That would help too.
Gosh, not a good track to do that on. He's eating a lot of sand today.
If the Geico had insurance on starts,
yeah, he'd be making the phone call for
there
sure.
You go. He is doing good though, man. This is going to make him stronger and stronger, and that much better of a rider. Being able to come from behind, ride well in all conditions. This track is just absolutely brutal right now. So hard to ride in these conditions, Jason.
Oh, he's got Cooper in his sights now.
Yeah, he does.
Yep.
When you get on that same straightaway or same path, it's game on. Whoa! He airs it out. Tricky to do because the takeoffs of these jumps, they have braking bumps on them. And so if you don't time them right, or you don't have the right correct body position, you let off the brakes, the bike unloads, and the front wheel, the rear wheel doesn't hit the braking bump that you're anticipating to hit. It throws the picture of the bike a weird way.
Wow. Surprised you don't see that more often.
Yeah.
And Joe is hustling, wheeling down that hill, hopping the bumps. He has found his groove right now as he tries to put the pressure on Cooper for third. Gap up front is now 4.7 seconds. So there were two attacks from Kitchen on Lawrence, and then Lawrence pulling it back out. So we're going to stay with this battle for the number 3 spot. Oh, this is good stuff right now. Shimoda's got a line on the inside.
Setting him up, but Cooper has the advantage on the inside.
Yeah, Cooper holds him there. And then they lines funnel together. Shimoda tries to drift wide. This would move Shimoda to second overall of the day if he can make this pass.
Now this is where Joe got by Robertson. Right, he tucked back up the inside right here.
He's got the opening. Does he have enough speed to make it happen? Cooper says no. Well, Cooper just sent it around that outside.
Yeah, he got a little bit better drive out of that corner as well, coming down the hill before that uphill rise. And Joe just wasn't close enough. Joe has made up a lot of time on Justin Cooper, so it should be a relatively easy pass eventually here to get by Justin Cooper.
Is there another area that Shimoda has? Maybe that big long straightaway in the back?
It could be that. Certainly could be that back straightaway. I feel like the track opens up right there.
Oh, those rollers down in that valley are so tough.
And that takes a lot of strength to go through that sweeping corner with all those rollers, because you're trying to keep that front end light and turn at the same time, using a lot of your leg muscles, core strength, upper body, all of the above, and extremely difficult physically.
All right, another run by Shimoda down this hill. Not close enough this time.
Not even close.
No, Cooper's actually a little bit further ahead than he was a lap ago. So Cooper responding to the challenge, or maybe a mistake from Joe. Justin Cooper wants to hang in there.
You watch the different lines between Joe Shimoda in Justin Cooper. Cooper kind of rides the insides, outsides, where Joe kind of powers through things a lot more. Justin a little bit more methodical, where Joe just kind of powers, like I said, powers through these braking bumps, accelerating bumps, braking bumps, hanging it out.
Shimoda's right back to the rear wheel. Will he go outside to inside here? He tried, not enough room. Now he's going to try the inside of the entrance. He's got it. Cooper tried to square, couldn't do it. Joe Shimoda has the spot.
I don't think Justin was anticipating that move by the 30 of Joe Shimoda. Oh, Joe gets the front end buried a little bit too deep going up that hill.
Cooper almost got him back, not quite. So Joe Shimoda, that's going to power him into third of the moto and second overall on the day. And a long way to go if he's going to get the Kitchen, though, who's 10 seconds further up on the racetrack.
The 50th anniversary season of Pro Motocross is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance. Motosport.com. Make your next ride your best ride. And by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
Well, Jet Lawrence has pulled it back out. It's now a 6.5 second lead over Levi Kitchen. A couple of times riders put the attack on him today. Not quite sure if that's just the way he was managing the moto or if he had to sort out his lines. It was strange. I mean, we see that happen gradually, but we saw him lose and gain time in massive chunks. Let's go back to the start here. Motorsport.com whole shot replay. Jet's going to get out front.
Look how quick it narrows it up. Jet Lawrence is going to sneak up the inside, get under 32 of Justin Cooper. These guys go around that kink in that corner so fast.
And there it is. He wasn't the leader into the first turn, but he was the leader coming out. And for that, he gets the Motorsport.com pole shot. He had Kitchen on the inside and Cooper there on the outside, flanking him. And Kitchen has ridden that good start into a great ride. He is second in the moto, but at one point it looked like he was going to challenge Jet for the lead. But Jet's pulled it out.
Yeah, Jet wouldn't be denied. He fended off the charge from Levi Kitchen. Just really in a league of his own here.
And with the 1-1, looking to retake that points lead. So that was quick. Had the problems last week with the engine. If it ends like this, he'll go to our next race with the red number plate backgrounds back on the bike. It's the battle for sixth. Did Lawrence get Robertson, or is that Hampshire behind him?
That is.
Oh, that's Hampshire behind him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's dug in. He's taken it down to just 3 seconds behind Robertson. He's closed, and he's bringing Hampshire with him.
Well, and Hampshire's actually putting the pressure on. I anticipate a pass coming up here.
So Hampshire looking to make the move. He squeezes by, and there's a downed motorcycle trying to figure out who that is. Oh, that's tough right there. So Hampshire is on a charge. Here's the thing, this track takes so much out of you. So you're Hunter Lawrence, you have a bad start of Moto 1, try to sprint early, crash, you got to sprint again. Do you think he might have just emptied the tank, as the riders would say?
Yeah, perhaps. And before that pass happened and occurred by Hampshire getting by Lawrence, I was thinking just the difference from last year till now for Hunter Lawrence. Probably I assume it's got to be incredibly frustrating. Come in here with the points lead to a place that you won at the following year. You think you'd have plenty of confidence, number one, from those two factors alone, and to really just, to finish how he has and how this day's gone, pretty tough. Look like he's got more pressure now. Nate
Thrasher. So it is coming undone for Hunter. Yeah. Maybe it's a bike problem. Maybe it's just the fatigue of a long day. But he is losing valuable points.
Yeah, maybe he's sore too. That was a tough lick he took. You know, when he got crossed up behind Styles Robertson. So maybe there's an injury, or he's sore. Like to your point, that there's a problem that we're not aware of. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, the report from Will there at the beginning that he was okay except for the chipped tooth, but a lot of times, adrenaline, or you come off the track warm and you feel like you're okay.
Or maybe he doesn't want to tell us what's really wrong.
No, that would never happen, right?
No, they'd be completely honest with us.
Never show weakness.
Nope.
So Thrasher now all over Hunter Lawrence for a 7th place.
Hunter's got to stay strong right here and try to fend off this charge from Nate Thrasher. Minimize the points damage here. Live to fight another day. This will be a weekend that he will want to certainly forget. Back on this championship.
And he does not hide his frustration when the day does not go the way he wants. He is as competitive as it gets. That's Hunter Lawrence for you. So he knows it.
Well, he's sitting down a lot, to your point. He might be smoked from the hard charges that first moto. The rider's sitting down this much late in the race. One could only make you think that he's feeling it.
This is Robertson and Hampshire. What a run. He gets by Lawrence. Whoa! Teammates almost collide. Typical wide open Hampshire there. But he is on a charge and he makes the move.
With authority, never even let off.
That crash seemed inevitable between the two of them. I don't know how
I thought for sure one of them was hitting the deck.
Absolutely. So that'll put Hampshire into 5th. I don't know what happened at the beginning of this moto. If he rode like this from the start, he'd probably be right up there in the podium spots. But he is flying right now. This is Hunter right here.
Oh, he got Fat Thrasher got him.
Yeah, so more positions given up. And you just hear it from riders all the time at Southwick. If they have a rough one in Moto 1, they say Moto 2, they don't have a lot left. That might not be it. It's hard to guess, obviously. We talked to him after the race. He gets sideways on the exit of that corner. Maybe he's having a different problem. I don't think that's a position battle behind him there. This will push Hunter back to 8th. Unbelievable how quickly things can change in this game. And honestly,
he's just chilling.
Yeah.
You can see in his demeanor, his style. Certainly not riding to the level that we know that he can ride to.
Well, I always say this, in the game of baseball, they say momentum's only as good as the next day's starting pitcher. Well, in motocross, it's only as good as the next day's start. He came in with the points lead, a track that he's very good on. He did not get the jump the very first moment of the first moto, and it completely unraveled the rest of his race day. So momentum and confidence help, but you get one bad start and things change in a hurry. And at this point, it's just survival mode for Hunter. Watching these other battles out here. Hampshire, again, made the move for 5th. Robertson 6th. Shimoda tried to make a run at Kitchen for 2nd, but Kitchen's holding strong.
Yeah, he is. Kitchen's kept it about 10 seconds gap the whole time.
Go back to the leader. Jet Lawrence will way to answer back. A 1-1. If he can hold on here, minute and a half separating us from the 2 laps to go board.
Yeah, next time by, I believe they'll only have 2 laps. He's not going to make it back to that start-finish line within a minute. They are too far. He is too far away from that. So he had about 2.5 laps left here. 7-point gap, or 7-second gap. He's going to cruise it on in.
Oh, so they're going to have to do the 1 extra lap, just like they did in Moto 1. No mercy.
No, they won't. They won't.
You think it's going to expire? You're saying?
Yeah,
okay,
the
other way
time
around.
will expire. Yeah,
he's pretty early in the lap. Okay, so this time they'll get the mercy.
Yeah, he'll make up the time that they missed it on the first moto.
Yeah, right? I don't think anybody's asking for extra laps.
You don't think? They don't want to?
No.
This deep into the moto?
Yeah, and I'm not saying these guys aren't strong. I'm just saying no matter what, this track is going to take it out of you. Although Jet has certainly been able to manage the energy. He said that one of the keys to the moto, he was able to do it all day long. Charge at times, but didn't have to go all out the entire time. We're going to show you the gap back here to Levi Kitchen. He's still putting on a great run in 2nd.
He is going up the hill.
Yeah, that's a lap
right
rider.
There. Yep, that's a lapper. He's right behind this lapper. There you go.
There he is.
He's got the hand guards on.
That makes it a little easier for us to
Great job by Levi Kitchen for sure.
Oh, yeah. And learning these tracks, you can explain to these fans, they don't get a lot of time to learn it.
No.
2 short sessions, that's all you get in the morning.
Yeah, as a rookie, he's done a great job here today.
Shimoda 3rd. waiting for his Kawasaki. He's going to jump out of that pit right there. So Shimoda looking at second overall. Solid follow-up to the win last week.
It's been a great 3 weeks, really, for Joe Shimoda. Podium, I mean, I'm sure he's going to close it out, but...
Looks like Thrasher has caught Robertson.
Yep.
Thrasher kind of needs this, too.
He does. And you go back to Thunder Valley. He hurt himself, separated his shoulder, then races the next week. Did really well at Mount Morris. Injured, man. These guys are so tough. Tough athletes.
Yeah, Thrasher is putting on a charge here on Robertson, showing some fitness here late in the game.
Oh, it's coming down to the wire here. They're going to have 2 more laps. That's plenty of time. If you're Nate Thrasher, you've made up that much time on Styles Robertson. It'll be interesting to see where he's able to make a move.
There's the 2 laps to go sign. So we are into the nitty-gritty, the dog days of Southwick.
Right.
Thrasher running the outside. Woo! Has to funnel back to the inside. It's the only good line there. And by that, he gets a face full of roost. Tries a different line again. Gonna make the power run around the outside. Not enough in it. Still going. Wow.
Makes it. He initiated that pass before the mechanics area. He went way out wide, basically rim rode it, high, wide, and handsome around the outside, kept the momentum up over that small little riser tabletop. Boom, makes the pass. Great job, Nate Thrasher.
Yeah, that's going to feel good for him. He has had a tough time kind of getting the momentum in motocross. Got a couple of wins in Monster Energy Supercross, but just needs to get this thing going. I know it's only for 6th place, but it's going to feel good to make that pass. There's a little momentum here for this Star Racing team with Kitchen showing some signs. And Jet Lawrence with a lap and a half left, separating him from a 1-1 and the red plate. We go back to Shimoda here. He put in the charge, but Kitchen answered, wouldn't let him get close.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get close enough. He's going to really have to turn it on, and Levi's going to have to make a pretty substantial mistake.
And there's the gap on your left side under that tree right now. That is Kitchen, 2nd place rider. And they're closing on the white flag.
What a shot. I love it. Last lap.
There it is.
That's a beautiful sight to see when you're at Southwick, I can promise you.
Okay, so you don't think they want an extra lap either?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right. That's why we have our expert analyst in here. As for Jet, 3 moto wins in a row. It's almost like back was against the wall with that engine problem, losing the points lead, and he had to respond. He stepped it up.
Well, this is a huge points day. You think about comes in here 7 points in the rears, and he made up 6. He was only 1 point out. No, he was 3 points out, right, for the coming into this last moto. And then
he's got it all back and changed this time. So he's looking at the red plate again. Just everything did not go right for Hunter Lawrence. Everything went right for Jet. 2 hole shots. Had some challengers. Justin Cooper even had a crash when Cooper got around him in the first moto. But for the most part, he was in control today. And here's the proof. Look how clean that motorcycle is.
Yeah.
Didn't have to take on anyone's roost. He led it from the front. And,
perfect.
Oh, yeah. And I've been arguing about it all year. A lot of people are like, man, I'm just tired of these Lawrence brothers. Everybody talks about the Lawrence brothers. I don't know what else we're supposed to do.
You better get used to it. They better get used to it, because they're going to be talking about him, these guys, for a long time, and they deserve that. They are incredible, incredible riders. I think they're great for the sport. And enjoy what you're seeing, embrace what you're seeing, rather than not appreciating it. You got to appreciate that craft.
Yeah, if not for the bike problem.
Yep.
And he was leading that moto when the bike expired. I mean, we could be looking at 6 overall wins in the first 6 rounds. He's going to go 5 for 6 instead. And some talk that if Jet was able to win this title this year, we might see him on a 450 outdoors next year. But I'm sure they want to keep the focus right now in the moment. Yeah. And they'll worry about that in the future. But Jet Lawrence looking to reclaim the points lead and doing it in the best way possible. Jet Lawrence won 1 at Southwick. And Levi Kitchen's going to feel great about this one. And he can say it. If I get a start, I can run with anyone. He finishes this moto in second. Shimoda put in a hard charge all the way to the end, but not enough to get to Kitchen. He will end up second overall, though, with the 2-3 scores. And Jet begins the debrief with the team. There's Cameron, his mechanic. Christian, his mechanic. And he's been with him since the amateur days when Jet came over to the United States with the old Geico Honda team and moved over to the factory effort with him. And we're waiting on the rest of the riders to come across. Here's Cooper and Hampshire with that hard charge. Will end up in the top 5. Hunter Lawrence looking to hang on for 8th when this one is over. Well, stand by. We're going to take a break here and sort it out on the podium. Jet Lawrence now sitting on 3 straight moto wins. And it looks like he's got the points lead as well.
The Pro Motocross is brought to you by Optima Batteries, the ultimate power source. Honda, celebrating 50 years of off-road dominance. And by Lucas Oil. Keep that engine alive.
Welcome back, everybody, to Southwick in Massachusetts for Lucas Oil Pro Motocross, and our overall winner today going 1-1. Congratulations, Jet Lawrence, on that win. You were 7 points down coming in here today. You lost the plate there to your brother. Now you come back, you've got 15 points back over him, and you get to take that red plate home again. I know it's your brother, so it's a little bit bittersweet there, but you're going to be pretty happy with leaving here today.
Yeah, I got to be pumped. I mean, Hunter had a pretty rough one today. Looks a bit like Floyd now from Dumb and Dumber with his tooth, but hey, at least he joins me with the chipped teeth now. But no, it's I mean, I didn't really want to take it away like that. I rather would have raced against him because I find that a lot more fun. But track's brutal. He got a little bit banged up, so to be a little bit sore on this track, it's painful. So no, a really good day. Starts have been good. That one, I timed it somehow so good and just got a little bit too happy and started going to the right. Was in the soft stuff, but did a little cut under in the first turn, and we didn't have to pull a tear off really on the first lap. So it was good. But no, congrats. No, sorry. Thanks to the team today. They were awesome. So no, super pumped for them, and glad to have the red plate back.
Congratulations, Jet, on a very challenging track. You made it look pretty easy.
He did. Didn't have to pull a tear off on the first lap. Had a brief challenge from Levi Kitchen. We'll show you to you here in the Lucas Oil race recap. Yeah, it looked like the Yamahas were going to get the start, Cooper and Kitchen, but watch Jet go from 3rd to 1st right here. And from there, it's off to the races. Kitchen's on the inside. He's 3rd. He'll get around Cooper and then go after Lawrence.
Yeah, he was going for it early on in here in this race, all up over him. He backed off a little bit, then pulled back up in there, and then...
Yeah, it was 2 big attacks. Neither one was enough to get the lead, though. Then Joe Shimoda, as he did in Moto 1, comes on late. Just able to get to the inside of Justin Cooper. That will put him into 3rd in the Moto, and that's actually 2nd overall. Here is Jet Lawrence cruising across the line with the 1-1. He has won 5 of the 6 overalls this year. Kitchen is 2nd. He'll end up 4th overall on the day. Cooper 4th in the Moto behind Shimoda. Hampshire top 5. Send it back to the podium with Will.
Thank you so much, guys, and the crowd chanting your name out there, Joe, after last weekend in Redbud taking that win, and now you back it up here with a 2nd. You were talking to me about some cramp in your arm there. I'm presuming that's when we saw that gap open back up for you there in the Moto.
For sure. I mean, track is really difficult right now. I honestly never practiced a situation like this. So, yeah, for sure, I'm grabbing my bike so much that, you know, your muscle can't take it sometimes. So, yeah, just have to keep improving, and just want to say thank you to the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, my trainer Nick, my family, Dalen's family. They're being nice to me out here, and yeah, it was great.
Thanks so much, Joe. Congratulations. Another really good fight forward.
Absolutely, Will. 3 podiums in a row overall for him. We'll give you the overall results for the day. He is 2nd with the 2-3 scores. Kitchen at 8th in the first Moto. pretty far back, rallied to that, but it keeps him off the overall podium. It's Justin Cooper on the box today. That's the normal spot for Justin Cooper inside the top 3. We'll send it back to Will.
Yeah, you called it the normal spot there for Justin Cooper. That's what Jason Wygant just said. You're back up here. That's got to feel good. Justin, obviously you were on the podium there for the first moto. You've backed it up here. We know you've got friends and family here. So how does this bode now as we move forward into the second half of the championship?
Yeah, of course, it's cool to be back on the podium. We're like 3 hours from here, so it's probably the closest one and the most Northeast fans for me. So I always love coming here. It always beats my butt, and we always come back for more. So it was a good step in the right direction, but we still have a long ways to go. We're just trying to bridge that gap that we've let build up. So speed's getting better. We just got to keep that intensity up the whole moto. It's hard to do here, but yeah, just got a little bit out of rhythm in both motos. So just got to clean that up and, yeah, just keep fighting with these guys. It was fun. Got to give it up to the whole team. Star Racing Yamaha. They've been behind me this whole time. Thor, Alpine Star, 100%. My fiance, my whole family for coming out. Toyota of Escondido. Everyone I forgot, thank you.
Thanks so much, Justin. Congratulations. A big step, guys, in the right direction for Justin Cooper.
Absolutely. And Cooper still 4th at points, but remember a year ago he was battling Jet Lawrence tooth and nail. Look at that, Jet Lawrence already back to a 15-point lead.
I mean, like it never happened last weekend in Redbud, but man, that was a tough weekend for Hunter Lawrence. Joe Shimoda made up some points on Hunter Lawrence as well, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. Good to see Justin Cooper back up on the podium as well. Levi Kitchen, great ride for him, second moto.
Yeah, quietly 5th in points for Levi. Not bad for his first full go at it. Great race day today. This track didn't let us down. We knew it would be brutal. It sure was.
It was.
And big momentum swings, certainly in the 250 class you just saw. And Eli Tomac almost got the points lead back from Chase Sexton, but Sexton has a 1-point gap going into next Saturday's race. Check us out from Spring Creek at Millville, Minnesota. Well, it's been really fun working with you the last couple weekends, Ricky Carmichael. And same thing with Will Christian doing the hard and heavy lifting down there at the podium, out in the elements. Thanks for watching 4 hours of motocross coverage today. For everyone here, I'm Jason Wygant saying see you next weekend in Minnesota. Congrats to our race winners, Eli Tomac, Jet Lawrence.